Ravens fan, Derrick Henry is ready to do something he's never done before. Beat the Steelers. Despite his impressive career, Pittsburgh has been a tough obstacle to overcome. In their 3 previous matchups, Henry hasn't been able to secure a win, but with 1,120 yards and 12 touchdowns this season, he's more prepared than ever. Now, with Lamar Jackson by his side, the Steelers' defense can no longer focus all their efforts on stopping the running game. The combination of Jackson and Henry might just be the key to finally conquering that win. Stay with us until the end to understand how Henry can finally make this happen. Go Ravens! When Derrick Henry arrived in Baltimore, he didn't come just to be another player. The idea was to bring that physical, strong, and intimidating style he showcased for years in the NFL. And it's working. In just 10 games, Henry has rushed for 1,120 yards and scored 12 touchdowns, with an impressive 6.1 yards per carry. He's showing that he's not just another piece in the offense, but a true leader on the field, especially when the team needs someone to break through tough defenses. What makes Henry so special in Baltimore is how he fits perfectly alongside Lamar Jackson. While Lamar confuses defenses with his speed and passing ability, Henry brings that brutal strength that opens up space for the offense to work. It's like they were made to play together. And so far, opposing defenses have had a hard time handling this combination. Now, with the Steelers in the way, Derrick Henry has more than just an important game ahead. He has the opportunity to break a personal barrier. This matchup isn't just about maintaining the Ravens' good form, but also about proving that he can overcome any obstacle, even one of the most physical defenses in the NFL. This quest for his first win against Pittsburgh is what makes this next game so special. Despite all his success in the NFL, Derrick Henry has one nagging mark. He's never been able to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. In 3 games against them, his teams have come out on the losing end. And it's not like he's played poorly. Henry accumulated 182 yards, 44 carries, and 2 touchdowns in those matchups, with an average of 4.1 yards per carry. Solid numbers, but nothing compared to the dominant performances that made him one of the league's top rushers. The main problem for Henry in these matchups has been the physical and disciplined style of the Steelers' defense. They've always found ways to contain his impact, whether it's Cam Hayward clogging the middle or TJ Watt pressuring the offensive line. This combination makes it rare for Henry to find space for his explosive runs. And that's exactly what makes this matchup so interesting. Will he finally be able to break this taboo this time? Now, with the Ravens playing unpredictably, Henry may have his best chance to beat the Steelers. The offense is more balanced, forcing opposing defenses to divide their attention between multiple threats. If Henry can take advantage of the space created by Lamar Jackson and the offensive line, he might just change the course of this history and finally get his long-awaited first win against Pittsburgh. And you, fan, do you think Derrick Henry will finally break this taboo this Sunday? Leave a comment if you believe he can get his first win against Pittsburgh. Let's discuss it in the comments. With the support of Lamar Jackson and a more diversified offense, Henry seems to have a unique opportunity to turn the page. This time, Derrick Henry is facing the Steelers in a very different situation than in the past. Before, he was the main focus of opposing defenses, the only player who needed to be contained. Now, with Lamar Jackson leading a dynamic and unpredictable offense, defenses can no longer focus solely on. This opens up space for Henry to do what he does best: punish opponents with his powerful and consistent runs. Additionally, the Ravens' offensive scheme greatly benefits Henry. The combination of creative plays that mix runs and passes unpredictably keeps defenses guessing. This means Henry will have more opportunities to find gaps in the Steelers' defense, something he rarely had in previous matchups. He's no longer alone. Now, he's part of a well-oiled offensive machine that applies pressure on all areas. Another point that makes this game special is the Ravens' current momentum. They're fighting for the division lead, and this direct matchup against the Steelers is a golden opportunity to show that the team is ready for the big challenges. For Henry, winning this game means not only breaking a personal taboo, but also strengthening the Ravens' playoff push. Will this new dynamic be enough to help Henry overcome his biggest obstacle? Well, we've passed the halfway point of the video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like on this video yet, and that's really important for YouTube to continue recommending my content to you. That way, I can keep bringing this to you, so go ahead and leave that like. It's free. Thanks. Let's continue. If Derrick Henry has a chance to finally overcome the Steelers, A lot of that comes down to the performance of the Ravens' offensive line. This group has been a fortress this season, creating lanes for the running game and protecting Lamar Jackson flawlessly. Against a physical defense like Pittsburgh's, their work will be even more crucial. They need to open up the right lanes for Henry to unleash his power and gain the yards the team needs. However, the task won't be easy. The Steelers' defensive front, led by players like Cam Hayward and TJ Watt, is known for its intensity and discipline. They will be pressuring the Ravens' line the entire game, trying to frustrate Henry's runs and reduce the impact of the passing. But with the chemistry this offensive line has shown so far, they may be able to dominate at the point of attack and dictate the pace of the game. If the offensive line does its job, Henry will have the freedom he needs to shine and make history against the Steelers. The pressure will be immense, but the Ravens are ready for the challenge. The big question is how the line will respond under the constant pressure from Pittsburgh's defense and whether they can hold firm enough to open paths for Henry. The chemistry between the running backs and the offensive line will be key. Now, it's time to see how the game plan will be executed and if the Ravens' offensive line can sustain the attack in such an intense battle. Heinz Field is known for being one of the most intimidating stadiums in the NFL, especially for visiting. Derrick Henry knows this well, as he's faced the Steelers there before and came out defeated. But this time, history might be different. With the momentum the Ravens are carrying, Henry has the chance to turn this stage into a place of conquest, beating his biggest rival and proving that he's ready for the toughest challenges. A win at Heinz Field wouldn't just be important for Henry, but for the entire Ravens. They need this result to solidify their division lead and send a message to the rest of the league. This is a team ready for the Super Bowl. And for Henry, overcoming the Steelers would crown an already impressive season, putting him even more in the spotlight. If Henry pulls off this victory, it would not only be a milestone for his career, but for the entire team. Overcoming the Steelers in their own stadium after so many failed attempts would be a show of strength and resilience. This could be a turning point for the Ravens, who would be ready to face any opponent with confidence. For Henry, it would mean breaking a taboo that has been bothering him for years and finally proving that he's capable of overcoming the league's toughest challenges. Now, everything will depend on the perfect execution of the game plan and Henry's ability to handle the pressure from the fans and the Steelers' defense. Now it's up to you, Ravens fan. Derrick Henry is ready to face the Steelers in a way he never has before. And if he manages to win, it will be a milestone in his career. But for that to happen, he'll need more than impressive numbers. The key to this victory might be the combination of Henry's power with Lamar Jackson's electrifying play, creating a dual threat that the Steelers' defense will have to respect. And you, fan, do you think it's finally time for Henry to beat the Steelers? Leave a comment if you also believe this is his big chance. Let's discuss in the comments. Now, it's just a matter of waiting for the game and hoping that Henry can do what he's never done. Stay tuned, because what's coming next promises to be exciting.